anyway, we'd like to talk about the slut equation. This is a little plan that I've got going, where basically what we want to do is we want to figure out what the calculation is for, why is it on you? I'm talking.
Because I was going to say, what does it take to become a slut?
Yeah, what does it take to become a slut? We're trying to figure this out. We'd like to come up with a equation so people know when they're being sluts, so they can either stop or continue if that's what they desire. I think it's pretty easy. What do you think?
I think it's easy, but I think the misconception is that a lot of people think that men and women are in different categories.
Right. I think that the word slut should apply to both men and women.
I would agree completely.
You'd agree with that?
Completely.
Okay, let's shake hands on that. The way I look at it, like most people seem to think that if you're going to be a slut, then you have to have had like a certain number of partners.
Regardless of time frame.
A lot of people tell me that 20 is the magic number. I get 20 a lot. I've had 100. I think at 90 you're pretty much there. I don't know.
I think at 50, does it make a difference?
I mean, once you're in there, I mean, you're in there for good. So, but what I propose is a 5-year cycle where you have to have, like, if you've slept with a certain number of people.
You gonna take line 1?
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to finish my thought.
Just saying it's a 5-year.
I forgot
it's
all
a 5-year.
I'm thinking of a 5-year cycle. You can only sleep with about 5 people in 5 years.
Average
Otherwise, you're a slut.
Why would you talk about sluts on television?
Well, why wouldn't you?
I do want to say that sluts in Battle Creek or whatever, you know, there is a number, and you are right.
Right.
And that number, to me, is like the magic number, like you said, 20 in a 5-year period.
20 in a 5-year period?
20 in a 5-year period, maybe more, maybe less.
See, the problem with that, though, here's the problem. Okay, if you take 5 years and multiply it by 5, that's 25. That means you could technically sleep with 100 people in 25 years. And to me, that's awful slutty.
That is awful slutty. But I do have to agree with the last caller. She was kind of right when she said that, you know, it's all how you present yourself, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, like...
But if you're doing, you know, more than your projected slut number, but you're just keeping it all secret, does that make you not a slut?
I don't know. You don't project yourself like a slut, so does it? It's all in your mind.
Well, I think it still would actually make you a slut because...
Is it getting around, though? If it's not getting around and if it's only something you know about, then why are you a slut? Do you consider yourself?
Because you would consider yourself one. Because I have a citation that I would like to hand out to people just to think about. If you ever flash anyone, that should be a citation of sluttiness for like a certain amount of time. Do you agree?
Well, it's against the law to do something like that, right?
Yes.
Well, then, yeah.
What about stripping? Is stripping an automatic slut citation?
Not at all. It depends on where you do it and how you do it.
So if you strip... Now, I've been to the strip club. I'm not going to lie. I've experienced what happens at the strip club. They take them out and they rub them on your face. For all those that don't know at home, they put them right on there.
Okay.
For $1.
Hey, you know
To me, that's awful slutty. Hi. Are you doing good?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
I'm all right.
Are very funny. Very funny.
Good. Somebody thinks so.
I definitely think that if you flash, if you're out there flashing your boobs in the club and stuff like that, you're definitely a slut.
There's no doubt.
Regardless if you think you're a slut or not.
Right.
You're still a slut.
I think the question is how long?
How long?
Yeah.
Like if you stop doing it.
Like if you stop, if you stop doing it, like one day, you just decide, I don't want to be a slut anymore. I'm going to stop flashing my boobies. And, you know, you go out to the club and you have a nice day of not doing it. I think you're still kind of a slut for a while. I'm thinking maybe 6 months for flashing, maybe a year. There should be like, you know, like it's kind of like probation.
A penalty.
Definitely. 6 months to a year, definitely.
You think so?
So what's your view on the strippers?
Slut free.
What about
Would that be
strippers? Are
instant
strippers
slut?
automatic sluts?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Thank you.
You can go
Thank
to
you.
McDonald's and make like $6 an hour, you know, and make about the same. I mean, I'm not saying making exactly the same amount, but you flashing your boobs for $1, $1, that's not enough. You know, you're a definite slut.
Yeah. It's not just flashing them, it's rubbing them.
Yeah, that's definite.
It's like massaging my face.
Yeah, that's like slut bucket.
Yeah.
Next level.
Yeah, I agree with you entirely. Hey, thanks for calling. We're moving on to line 2, I think.
Thank you, Colin.
Call back some other time and tell us about sluts.
Oh.
You'll hear me on TV eventually.
Hey, you're on TV. Guess what?
What?
You're like on television.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to what you were saying about, strippers in general, just pertaining to a woman and not really pertaining to a man. And you say that we walk up and stick our boobs in guys' face. Well, guys don't have boobs, so are they considered sluts as well?
Oh, I'm sure that the
Guy
Wang makes an
strippers?
appearance at the guy strip club. And the guy walks up and he rubs it all over anything and anywhere. So I'm sure guy strippers are just as big as sluts. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, this subject tends to lean right
Yeah.
into women, but we're talking both
Right,
sexes.
yeah. I mean,
They're both
it
falling
applies
into
to
the category.
both. There's no doubt about it.
Good. I was just making sure you were making it in general statement instead of a sexist sexist statement.
Oh, heavens no. We would
It-
never be sexist.
All right.
Thanks for calling. You have a nice day.
I said a couple of comments. I don't think strippers are automatically sluts.
Why not?
Somebody who agrees with me.
Well, why? Because of your profession. Why does that automatically make you a slut?
Question. Would a hooker be an automatic slut?
Yes.
She gets paid for it, absolutely.
What is it? What is it? Stripper gets paid?
See, he has a difference
but it was
between
a job.
showing and doing. He
Yeah.
thinks there's no difference there.
Total difference.
You see, the key to all of this stuff is that you're never permanently a slut. That's something I really need to hit home. Because I think that would be, really unfair for someone. Because, I mean, you could technically go out and sleep with like 8,000 people and then decide one day and go, booyah, kasha, I don't want to sleep with anyone again.
Okay, that has merit.
But there would be like a certain time where everyone would be like, yeah, right, like you're really going to stop having sex with everyone. You've had sex with 8,000 people. What the heck's going on? Well, no. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that if I was getting paid $200,000 a year to rub my genitalia all over people. Would I do this? I don't know. Would I do this?
From that expression, I'd say you would.
At first thought, I would probably do it. I don't know if I really could do it, but at first I would think about it. I'd give it a good thought. There's no doubt about it. But I would probably still be a slut. No, I think it's fine for them to do this. They just need to recognize that this is slutty behavior, and that's fine. Don't get me wrong. You see, that's the biggest misconception here, is that you just have to realize that that's what you're being, so it doesn't become a habit. Perhaps, like, once you're done, like, then you start going to parties, and then all of a sudden, woo, everything's out and ready to go.
Okay, I see that totally. Because, like, the girl I've been talking to, she's a dancer, and she just walks around the room naked in front of everybody. And
See?
it was her mindset. She wasn't like that before she started dancing. That's
Right.
how she is. No, but it's still, I wouldn't consider it a slutty way. I see a girl that would make out with somebody. There's a lot of girls that have difference. If you go to the club in New Orleans or North Carolina, I mean, Canada gives you, I guess, sexual, I'm trying to remember what he told me to say, sexual favors for an extra $5-10. I mean, that's slutty.
That's
That's
pretty
slutty.
slutty. There's no doubt about it. And I mean, there's levels of being slutty, I would say, whereas some people are like so far gone, it's like there's never coming back. And then there's some other people that are just like, I'm a little tiny slut. And it'll probably be forgiven eventually. Hey,
What up?
what's up?
First of all, I wanted to commend all of the sluts calling in tonight to defend themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you,
It's making it much more entertaining.
Yeah. Another thing is, usually they're sluts before they become a stripper,
Right. Well, see, that's my
Yeah.
point. The biggest point about strippers is that you gotta kind of have a starting point. You
You
don't
have that
just wake up
mindset.
one morning and say, I've
I think
never
I'll-
been naked in front of someone.
Well, I've
Today's
turned
the
a
day.
couple people into strippers before. It's simple. I mean, you're having sex for free already. You might as well show your body, not have sex and get paid. You know what I'm saying? It's simple mathematics. But, so,
The bottom line is, you know, you're taking your clothes off, you're getting paid. You really a slut behind it all. It don't matter what you call in and say on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can defend yourself all you want.
Trying to make themselves look innocent.
Yeah, there's no way to be innocent. It's impossible. I mean, you're making yourself look stupid, man. That's the bottom line.
The guy that called not too long ago talking about something that they're not sluts or his girl walks around naked. I mean, come on, man.
Right.
I mean, let's just keep it real. Look what he just said. How stupid could you be on national TV?
Right.
You walk around all your friends naked. She's a slut.
Right.
You know, you got a good point, big guy. All of them are sluts. If you're showing your boobs or whatever, I don't care what you say, whatever amount, you're a slut. Leave
Yes.
it at that.
And but the thing is that you can stop being it if you want to. But if you don't, and you just want to walk around naked because you get some
Yeah,
kind
but
of
if you're walking
thrill out
around
of
in a
it.
crowd of people naked, you're
Yeah.
not trying to stop it.
Right. Exactly.
All right, well, I'm not saying that they're all, you know, hookers and everything, because I've actually had friends that have done it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Me and my friends, you know, we party and everything, but we have high morals, and I just don't agree with it. You know how the last caller that you had, the girl, said that she had friends that was doing it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with it because there are so many other different ways of getting your education or, you know, making that dollar. You could go to Burger King and still shake your junk in your trunk at night. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just calling back. I made that comment about the girl walking around naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't walking around naked in front of everybody. She was walking around naked in front of me, so that guy needs to say something.
Good
the girl
save.
just got off the line about working at Burger King. Would you work for $6 an hour at Burger King or $600 a night taking your clothes off? Think about that, because I'd rather work 2 days a week and pay for my bills for the whole month than to work friggin' $40 off or 40 hours a week and, you know, what, $200 a week or something. So
I agree with you, man. I'm not saying there isn't an advantage to being a slut, because there certainly is. It has its advantages, right?
not sluts. They're not. Some of them are. Some of them are. I totally agree.
Well, perhaps if we lightened it to
Just
skank.
whatever.
Could we call them skanks? We didn't talk about threesomes. One thing I'd like to talk about threesomes real quick. If you're having a threesome, you're a slut. I thought about it a little bit, and I've decided that if you're part of the two that are the same sex, then there's a possibility that you're not as slutty as the person that's the one sex.
I disagree.
And the reason behind this is that these people could use this as some sort of lying manipulation to be a way to really be gay.
I'm going to say it takes 2 to tango. It takes 3 to tango in that
I
situation.
can't hear you anymore.
I mean, bottom line for me, I guess, is that everyone at some point in time is going to do something slutty.
Right, I agree with you.
Doesn't matter who you are, male, female, it doesn't matter. At some point in time, you are going to do something slutty. You may regret it, you may not. You may think, hey, that was great.
Yep. And that's fine. And that's what I want to hit home. If you want to be a slut, be a slut. Just realize you're being it,
Yeah.
and either stop or continue or bake a cake.
We're not saying
Absolutely.
it's bad one way or, you know, it's your choice.
The key is that we want to come up with the rules. That way everyone knows when they're being it or not, so they can make the choice for themselves. Because we care about our fellow sluts. Or people.
Fellow, no, wait, that puts us in it.
Oh, you hung up a long time ago. But thanks anyway.